And this is a statement victory, and you mentioned there his endurance, that chin that he's got. I mean, it's incredible, really. He is now the mandatory challenger. We're just waiting for the official confirmation, but it is pretty much if you're interim heavyweight, a WBO interim heavyweight title winner, then it kind of means you're going to take on Usyk, doesn't it?
He'll beat Usyk.
I was going to ask you, what would you anticipate with those two? So,
I think he'll win him.
But they faced each other before in the amateurs, and it was Usyk that won.
Yeah, this is a long time ago. Okay, now I don't know. Usyk's a tremendous fighter, and again, like I said about Joseph Parker, that he's not a natural heavyweight. He's not. He's a cruiser or a light heavyweight. I think fighting someone at 6'6", and people go, "Well, Anthony Joshua," but there's one massive difference between Joshua and Joyce. Joyce keeps coming and keeps going after you at a relentless pace, which AJ can't do. You know, he has gassed a lot in fights, and that's caused him problems. And I think, it's only my opinion. I'm an ex-footballer, but I've loved me boxing and I've watched a lot of boxing over the years. I'm totally convinced that Joyce would beat Usyk in a fight. It'd be a tough fight, but he keeps coming round after round, and as it gets to the latter rounds, he's still going at this high pace, which not many can do.
Do you think he's a boxer then that can go on to be the undisputed heavyweight? If you're saying he can beat Usyk, can he go on and win everything?
Well, beating Tyson Fury of someone even bigger than him and not being able to push Tyson Fury back, because that's Tyson Fury's biggest strength,
Sure.
He doesn't get pushed back. You know, he's such a big man and he leans into people and seems to stifle them to somewhat. That's a different challenge. Sometimes in sport you get bad matchups, you know, where certain fighters, I remember even in football at times, I played against defenders I hated playing against, and they weren't some of the bigger names, and enjoyed other defenders of far more quality and better ability. Sometimes there's bad matchups with you in sport, and I think that would be one for certainly Joe Joyce with Tyson Fury, because he's so big for him. I mean, look, these guys, I mean, I was just amazed, and I've watched Joe Joyce for about 5 years now and progressed as a heavyweight, and he's 37, but he looks a really fresh 37-year-old that really just keeps coming. He's, you know, he came into the game very, very late. You know, so
it's funny. I've seen the winning punch, which is a left hook from Joyce and floors Parker. It kind of, from the moments I've seen, just out of nowhere, suddenly this just left hook, and it's done and dusted so simply. I just thought it was, like I say, I just didn't, just from the highlights I saw, I was like, whoa, where's that suddenly come from? Because it was sort of just the two giving it the needle, as you always find in a boxing match. It was fascinating.
Well, Joseph Parker, Nat, put on a lot of weight.
Yes,
the heaviest he's ever been,
yeah.
because he felt like he had a big man in front of him and he had to stand. And you could see that in the early rounds, it was pretty close. It was nip or tuck. Joe Joyce was still winning the fight, clearly, in the, you know, from rounds sort of 1 to 6 and 7, and he was still in there, Joseph Parker. I mean, incredibly brave, because he stood there and he hit Joe Joyce a good few times, and it was literally like he's swatted off a fly. And Joe Joyce can take some heavy metal from other boxers. I thought it was a great performance in many, many ways, because, you know, sometimes you, like when AJ lost to Ruiz, he lost to him. He's a smaller man and he gets caught. You know, I don't see Joe Joyce losing that type of fight. And I think Usyk would have a lot of problems fighting Joe Joyce.
Well, it's 15 now unbeaten for Joyce. 14 victories have come by the way of knockout.